Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I'm Dee and this is Dee's Bookish Musings, where I'm sharing my love for reading at my own pace. Welcome back to a new video. So this is my second video since being back here, and I'm going to start it off with a vlog. So I just left out of Trader Joe's. It's the fall time. Dude, I really love the fall. I really do. It's a really cozy time of year. Trader Joe's is just wonderful for like their seasonal items. So I just left there. I got some flowers because I like fresh flowers all year round, but the fall flowers, y'all, look at these flowers, it's so cute. And so I'm gonna do a little flower arrangement with these. I don't know what these are. These are native, I don't know what they are anyway, but they're so cute. And then because I kind of wean myself off of coffee. I do have it every now and then, but I wean myself off of coffee because coffee, even though it's great, it's really not good for you like every single day. But when I do have it, I want it to be immaculate, especially around this time. And so I wanted to get like a more of a natural type of flavor or seasoning. So I found the bourbon vanilla bean paste. I've seen this before. I think I had it before. Well, no, I had it in liquid form. It came in this particular, not in this particular container, but like a larger container. I had it before, but I can't find it anymore. But anyway, so I'm gonna try this in my like cold brew coffee because it is like in liquid or paste. It's a paste form. So I'm gonna see how that tastes. Because I only have coffee once in a while now. I'm not dependent on it anymore like I used to. Anyway, so the other thing that we're going to do in this video is we're going to visit a little free library. And so this video is probably going to be over the span of 3 days, because I am still reading this book right here, The Titanic Sisters. I know I've been talking about this book forever, but remember y'all, I'm just coming back. I'm still kind of going through some things, right? So I have not been reading fast at all, and I feel like that is okay. That is okay. So I'm just going to take you along with me as I finish this book over the next 3 days. And then I think today I'm going to get my toes done, y'all, because I need some self-care, and my toes look kind of raggedy. My toes look a little, okay, they look ragged. A visit to a little free library of some books that just have been sitting on the floor in my office that I need to get rid of or unhaul. I've already kind of unhauled these books like on a video, but I need to just go ahead and get rid of them because books are just getting out of control. So I need to go ahead and get rid of them. So the first book that I will be putting in the little free library is The Other Princess by Denny S. Bryce. I like this book, like the first part of the book, but it didn't live up to what I thought should have been. But this was her debut, I believe, I think, or her second book, something like that. But I am going to give this author another try. I do have one of her other books that I got from the library, but I just haven't gotten around to reading it. And the next book that I got is called The Honey Tree by Joe Sparks. This book, I started reading this one because it's a historical fiction, but then I realized that it was not written by a Black author. And not to say that people other than Blacks can write about slave narratives and stories. They have, if it's done right and with good intention, and they've done the research, not trying to make a quick dollar, things like that. But when I started reading this book, it just did not connect with me, and I did not know until I did some more research why I was not connecting with the book. It just, yeah, something was missing, and I noticed that right away. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one away as well. The next book I'm going to go ahead and put in a little free library is The Art of Scandal by Regina Black. Not to say that I didn't like this book, because I did like this book. This went somewhere I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a cheating trope, and it wasn't really like that. It was so much more than a cheating trope. I liked it, but I'm not going to read it again. So I'm going to let somebody else read that. The next book is called Such a Fun Age by Kaale Reed. I bought this when I joined a virtual book club that didn't live up to my expectations. The book club didn't, I guess because of the type of books. And I never got around to reading this one, and I'm just no longer interested. Well, I really wasn't interested in the first place. I only bought it because it was what they were reading. So the next book that I'm gonna go ahead and give away is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. So this was my very first book by Frida. Frida is a good author for when you want to come out of a reading slump. If you want something not really serious, you just want to giggle. You know, it's like a Lifetime movie. It's not meant to be character driven. It's not meant to have all those elements that we like in a literary fiction or a really good thriller. You know what I'm saying? A really good thought out thriller, you know, whether it's movie or book. She is just here for a good time, like Lifetime movies. Okay, wild, crazy, kind of unhinged. That's what she gives us, and I do like her for that. But I don't want to buy any. I will not buy any more of her books because I will never read them again. They're just like a one and done type thing. Each book is a one and done type thing. And I'm gonna let somebody else read this one because I did like it, but I didn't think it was all that people were making it out to be. I think I rated it a 3.5 or something like that. But yeah, it was a good time reading it. And then I think that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive around my area and see if I can find a little free library. And then I'm going to end this with a walk because I need to get my steps in. It is Saturday, and Saturday I am usually busy, but I'm free today. I'm gonna get my steps in because that's what I do on Saturday. I don't really do a whole lot on as far as like my fitness and things like that on the weekend. I give myself a break besides like getting my steps in on a walk. Walking is very casual for me. Very relaxing, therapeutic. I've got a lot on my mind, a lot on my plate, and walking just makes me reflect. You know, I love looking at nature. It centers me, it grounds me, it calms me down when I'm walking like in nature and stuff like that. You know, I have nowhere to go. I'm just thinking about the week ahead, the future, the past. Just it's really reflective. So I'm not sure if I have the little free library app on my phone because I did delete it because my storage was running out. Then I found out it wasn't all the other apps I had on my phone. It was actually my editing software that was making my my phone not work because of that. So I think I deleted it, but I'm going to have to reinstall it to find another free library in my area. And so I think I'm going to pull over and reinstall that app, and then so we can figure out where. It's so funny because where the little free library is located is where I was going, or I found a house like a couple years ago that I wanted to actually put an offer in on it, but at that time in this area the houses were not as high, so the bank did not, they were asking for more than what the bank was willing to pay. Okay, so I didn't get the house, unfortunately. I settled with another house, but this is like the area where the house is located that I originally wanted to buy. It was like a perfect like retirement house. I decided to not go for a walk because I'm not feeling well. I'm not feeling well. So I think I'm going to choose self-care, get my toes done, and I'm going home. I'm going home. Some common themes in this book, the Titanic sisters. I am on page is this? I'm on page 189, and be nice to everybody, because the same people you step on your way up are the same people that you may need on your way down. Okay? Also, I'm rooting for the underdog. I think I will always root for the underdog, because sometimes they just need a break. They just need a break. And I'm talking about Delia. Without giving too much away of the story, Delia, again, we know that she stepped into her sister's place, and she's met some people. She's been exposed to a life that she didn't know back in Ireland. So she's in New York with the hoity-toity, snooty people, right? But the man that she goes to work for, let me see if it says that on the back of the book. Okay, it does say that Delia grows closer to the man that she goes to work for, that's supposed to be Nora's employer. And things happen. A lot has happened for Delia, and she doesn't really know how to like separate her old life and the way she used to do things back home to this new life. So she's stepping into a new person. She's looking at it as she's been given this opportunity. She wants to make the most of it. But we're at a pivotal point where something's going to happen and everything is going to come crashing down. She's going to be found out what she did. And so I'm just waiting for that moment to come. This is a page turner for sure. Like I said, I would be able to read it like in a couple days if I, hadn't been going through. So I'm back for another update of the Titanic sisters. This book, like I said, it is definitely a page turner. I really am enjoying it. A lot has gone on in the story. Let me just say that, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Because the premise is set up to where we don't know initially what happened to Nora, and that is revealed early in the story, I should say. But this book not only has great character development, it also, I feel like it's a good book anytime you can hate someone, hate a character, and then like midway or going towards the end of the book, the person has completely like changed because of their life experience or the things that they have gone through. They've changed who they are, how they interact with the world, their worldview about things. And I'm feeling that way about a particular character where I like her now. I like her because, yeah, she's not the evil, She's not the evil, now. I'm going to try to finish this book by tonight. I am, because like I said, it's a page turn. There's no reason why I can't. So I have finished The Titanic Sisters by Patricia Falvey, and so I'm going to give you my true and honest thoughts about this book, and also like my rating, what I rated this book at the end. And so I think Patricia Falvey did an excellent job in exploring a lot of themes: family, lost family, found family, redemption. She did character development, not only with one character, but two characters very well. We saw two different characters that had different personalities completely change. and grow into different people, you know. We saw how forgiveness played a role in this story as well. I think the book was very well rounded. It was definitely a page turner. And I'm so glad that I actually went into the thrift store the day I found this book, because I never would have heard about this book, because, you know, people really don't talk about books like this. But this is what I like. This is me. I like the Gilded Age. I like historical stories and works of art. And this was perfect for that. She represented the period, the time period, by the dialogue well in this book, as far as like even down to like what the women were wearing, the latest fashion. Not to go into great detail about that, but she did touch on that, so you could actually, you know, believe that this actually happened in the 20s or whatever. So she did that very well. She set the stage very well for the period of which this book was being told from. The ending was good. It was wrapped up nicely. It was very satisfying, I would say. However, I did have to take a few points off, because I'm very particular when it comes to certain things, and the ending to me of a book is very important. It didn't some of the things didn't quite make sense, and I felt like it was slightly rushed, you know, because, you know, it was time to end the book, right? But I'm finding that a lot of authors do that. Some do it better than others. Like I said, it didn't totally fall apart. It didn't fall apart at all. It was just things that I felt like could have been explored or explained a little bit better. But it was still nicely wrapped up, and it was very satisfying in the end. It didn't leave at a cliffhanger, but if she wanted to write like a second story about either of these two sisters, I could see definitely her doing that, or how their lives branched off after the book was over. But y'all, I absolutely love this book. Definitely a page turner, which I've said before, I love a good page turner. And the period pieces, historical dramas and stuff like that always gives me that, whether I'm watching it on TV or this is my first time reading like it did have a little romance in it too. So this wasn't a historical romance. It was definitely a historical fiction, but it had a little romance in it as well. But this is like the first novel that I've read, like period novel that I read based on, you know, a group of characters. The writing was really good, very easy to follow. The characters were from Ireland. And so some of the terms that they used were a little unusual. This book also represents Texas in a, I would say, accurate way, because not to give anything away, I think it does say it on the back of the book though. One of the sisters, Delia, she ends up in Texas. And she talked about the heat. I've always heard that about Texas. I've never been to Texas before, but I've heard the heat is crazy. So I felt like she represented Texas culturally. Also, Delia, when she came to America, she never saw Black people before. And it was one scene in the book where she encountered a Black person, and she called her this lady with, I forgot what she said. It was it could have been taken the wrong way, but you know, Delia, she didn't even know anything about being racist or anything like that. So I know it was written just to express her astonishment at seeing someone that was not like her, right? So she did a very good job in all those areas. And so if you like period pieces, you like all those things that I mentioned: sisters, sisterly bond, forgiveness, found family, a little drama. It did have a little funny parts in the book. It had a smidge of romance, but definitely entertaining book. I think you would love this book. Now, as you can see, my copy from the thrift store is tattered. This is called film. The film is coming off of the book. So I think I'm going to bless a little free library and put this in the little free library, or return it back to the thrift store and let someone else discover it like I did. And I have already ordered me a brand new copy, because this is something that I want to keep on my shelf as something that I like to read. Like, I want to have like books that actually represent me as a reader, and historical fiction, period pieces, like stories like this are books like that I actually genuinely like and I'm drawn to. I gave this a 4.5 because of the ending. It wasn't 100% wrapped up as nicely. It could have been a few details were a little left out that made me kind of like, okay, well, how did she get here? How did she know she was here to go there? You know what I mean? That type of thing. That's what type of reader I am. I like for every detail, not every detail, but you know, I like things to make sense. But anyway, still a high rating. I gave it a 4.5. Definitely a worthy read. I would definitely recommend this to anybody who wants to get lost in the 1920s historical fiction and a little bit of drama. A range of emotions. You're going to feel a range of emotions in this book. So yeah, great read. So I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you're reading right now as you are watching this video, as this video is being posted, as you're watching. Let me know what you're reading right now or what you want to read. Are you interested in this book? Do you like books like this? Let me know that as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.